right, so this month marks 1 year since I joined JP Morgan here in New York City. If this is your first time on my channel, for some additional context, prior to JP Morgan, I worked in consulting at KPMG, and I have to say it's been quite the year. If you want to learn more about my actual job and responsibilities, I have plenty of other content about that here, but the purpose of today's video is to talk about what I've learned this last year in investment banking. Over the last 12 months, I have learned some pretty valuable lessons, not just about professional development, but also my own personal growth. And as always, if you have any questions at all about finance or Wall Street or careers, definitely feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or connect with me on LinkedIn. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my content. And with that, let's get into the first thing I learned. So first things first, being in the office, being in person makes a difference. In my last role at KPMG, I was pretty much remote. I was technically hybrid, but I would come in maybe once a week or so just to see my friends and grab happy hour drinks after work. The rest of my team, who I was actually talking to on a day-to-day basis, was all over the country. It was certainly not in my office. So I was basically just working remotely from an office building. And what I learned over this period of time is this lack of structure in my routine resulted in a lack of structure in my discipline. In my role now, I am in the office much more consistently, typically 4 days a week. And not only has this helped me immensely in terms of building relationships and camaraderie with my team, it's also helped me feel a lot more a part of New York City. This is a feeling I didn't really have before when I would spend pretty much my entire day here in my apartment building. Now that I go in person to the office, I have that daily commute. I see hundreds, if not thousands of people every single day. And it's just really cool to feel that I'm a part of it. I'm fortunate to work in the Midtown area, so I'm able to walk to the office, and it's just, that's the shot you see in all the TV shows, all the movies. It's really surreal for me still, but that's something that I wasn't getting when I was working from home. I didn't really feel that, I graduated and done the thing per se. So that's number one thing, the value of just being in person. I think I've grown a lot professionally, as well as just my own relationships with people. It's way easier for me to talk to people. I'm probably more comfortable now in certain social settings than I may have been before. And it's just been a really great thing for my own personal and professional development. Number two is that proximity is powerful. In finance and in my role, we are absolutely at the forefront of everything going on in the market. It has been so cool and extremely fun to be honestly a part of the news that I've been reading every day for the last few years in the Morning Brew or Exec Sum. And it's this proximity to so many things going on that keeps me engaged and excited to see what's in store for each day. This, of course, can be different for every role, every company. Everybody has their own specialty. But for me, this has just been the coolest thing as someone who really enjoys the news and has always prided themselves on being up to date on what's going on in the market and being relatively well educated about current trends. It's been so cool to kind of be in a space where I am now, where we can work with these companies and the things I see in the news are actually affecting me and my business. So that's been really cool for me and something that's happened a lot faster than I probably anticipated after graduating from college just about 2 years ago. The third valuable lesson that I learned that I feel isn't spoken about enough on YouTube is that it is possible to actually enjoy your job. Of course, not every day is going to be a highlight, but being fulfilled and passionate about the work that you do each day makes it all worth it. I'm fortunate to have shifted my mindset to focus more so on enjoying the journey instead of just the destination. This idea from Ali Abdaal that I've spoken about several times on this channel helps me not only not get burnt out, but it also helps me reconnect with my why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, what the long-term goal is. That's really helpful for me. And I think here on YouTube and TikTok, there's this kind of perspective that you have to hate the early years of your career. And this is the time to grind away at Excel until 2 a.m. and just hate your bosses and hate your life and have to give up all the freedoms of a social life and any well-being. And that's just not true. You can do this in a sustainable way where, okay, you're still working hard, you're accomplishing everything you want to accomplish at work, but still have time for all these other things that make life so fulfilling. And I'm very fortunate that I feel that I found that balance. And like I said, this is just something that, of course, is a little bit of people that play into it in terms of the lack of work-life balance and all of that, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can enjoy your work. You are allowed to enjoy your work. And I think that's just a really important lesson to remember. And as I alluded to, not only does this help make it feel a little bit more sustainable to do this for the long term, but it keeps you from getting burned out. Because if you're only focused on your bonus number at the end of the year, what happens when you get that bonus? Or what happens when it is short of what you wanted? Was it all for nothing? Instead, if you can just focus on the journey and focus on your own development day in, day out, the cool projects that you get to work on, all of that, and just enjoying the process, it's going to create a much better experience. So just remember that you are allowed to enjoy your job. You are allowed to feel fulfilled in what you do, contrary to popular belief. Okay, number 4 is that everybody you meet has a story to tell and a value to bring. One of my favorite things about where I work is that the firm is so huge. So whether I'm grabbing coffee with someone from a different team or hopping on Zoom with somebody who reached out from around the globe, it has helped me realize that although each of us has different responsibilities and roles, we all have the same mission. And being able to connect all of these dots makes it extremely rewarding. And looking at this from a little bit more of a holistic perspective that could be relevant to any of you watching, I think it's just important to remember that everybody you meet, everybody you talk to has a story to tell and can add some value to your life. You can learn something from everybody. And I think especially earlier on in your career, it's such a great opportunity to build those bridges and make those connections, whether it's other people in finance or different industries or people younger than you. That's what I've loved so much about having this YouTube channel, is that it's allowed me to just create all these relationships that are great now because it creates some fun friendships, but I can't wait to see what it looks like 20 years from now when all of us are business leaders in our own respective ways. So this, again, is one of those things that I've learned a little bit more through actually being in person and having more conversations in person with people that just, of course, feels a little bit more natural than a Zoom. But it's just always important to remember to zoom out and realize that we're all people, we all have our specialties, and sometimes you just gotta give each other the opportunity to show them. So the actionable step from this lesson is just be more comfortable asking for that coffee chat, striking up a conversation with someone in line at lunch. Things like this compound over time. And also just the importance of networking within your firm. So whether your company has 50 employees or 500,000, do your best to get to know the different groups. Not only will this help you much better understand how the actual business operates and makes its money, but it makes you a much more valuable asset to the company. And like I said before, you can connect those dots where, okay, let's say a prospective client reaches out to you and it's not in your field, but you know who to connect them with. And all of that just makes it super rewarding, and it's what makes the world go round, honestly. So those are 4 of the lessons that I've learned in this last year of working in the investment banking industry. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Was there anything that I said that maybe surprised you? It has been a tremendous year, and I am so excited for all that is in store for the year ahead, both for me and for all of you. Like I said before, as always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out on Instagram or LinkedIn. Happy to be a resource in any way. Also, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss an upload, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.